If you could study only one thing on the bass, what would it be? You can come up with a lot of things: chords, arpeggios, shapes, scales, all good stuff. But in my opinion, one sticks out the most, and it is the chord tones. My name is Umut and we will learn about chord tones today. Before we jump into our lesson, I want to let you guys know that my Essential Bass Guitar course is available and on sale now. You can click the link in the description below for more info. Let's have a look at how to form a chord first. Chord means group of three notes sounded together. These three notes can be anything. But what you will encounter the most in the Western music is major, minor, diminished, augmented and suspended chords. We will just have a look at major and minor chords in this video. Now, how do you form a major chord? If you know what a major scale is, it's an easy approach. If you get only first, third and the fifth notes of a major scale, you got yourself a major chord. Same thing for the minor. Take first, third and the fifth notes of a minor chord. It's a minor chord. A chord tone is just the name of the notes exists within a certain chord. For example, if you take A minor, it consists of A, C and E. These are the chord tones of A minor. Now for the C major scale, it consists of C, E and G. If we play them all together, we form a chord. If you play them one by one, we form an arpeggio. Playing three notes in a chord is also known as a triad. We are playing the C major triad right now, or A minor triad. Before we start using the chord tones in a musical way, we have to practice them to get them under our fingers and our muscle memory. Now let's start with the C major triad. I am playing the C on the 8th fret of the E string, playing the 7th fret of the A string, the E, and the G here, the 10th fret. I form myself a major triad. This is the most common shape we will use. Now we can extend it to the 10th fret of the D string and beyond, the 3rd and the 5th. The same shape is here also. When you're learning a new scale, arpeggio, anything, always try to use the full range of your bass. Now, what happens if I play that E on the 12th fret of the E string? I got my second shape. Play that with your index finger, the root, pinky, middle finger again, index, pinky. We are essentially forming ourselves some arpeggio exercises. This will help you to unlock your keyboard. Now, as for the third shape, play the C with your pinky, the third, the E, with your ring finger. Play the G here with your index finger. This is our third shape. Now to extend it, we can play the high C here with your index finger, and the third, the E here with our pinky. Now in total we got three shapes. It's essential to practice all of those because you never know when you're jamming which one you will need. Now as for minor chords, same deal applies here. Let's stick with the A minor for the sake of staying in the same key center. Now for the A minor, if I play the C on the 3rd fret of the A string, now the second position is the most common one. Play the 3rd on the 8th fret of the E string, 5th with your ring, and octave again with your ring. Now this is the extension. The third one is this one, as you might have guessed. And this is the extension. I have a backing track to practice now. Let's have a look at the chord progression first. C major, A minor, D minor, B minor, D minor, back to the C major. Let's play a really simple bass line, just playing the root notes. Playing just the root note is the safest approach, but if you want to spice it up just a little bit, the chord tones is the first place you will start. Now, we will just play the chord tones without any improvisation and see what that sounds like. We will use the chord tones to form a simple bass line. We can go a lot more complex than this by adding more techniques or more notes into this. But for the sake of simplicity, we will stop here for this video. Now, as a conclusion, chord tones are the fundamentals of writing a bass line. I will have a look at different chords and the triads, or the chords that has more than 3 notes in them, in the future videos. That's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I'm also adding the backing track I used on my Patreon page. So if you want to practice it, you can check that out as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.